you so much for joining us.
My pleasure. Glad to be with you.
Good morning, and I have to say it's one of the only times that everyone in studio is just like is completely starstruck. You're here to talk about an astronaut's guide to life on Earth.
On Earth, that's where it matters.
Well, that's where it matters. But you have spent a lot of your life trying to get up there in the sky. At a very young age, you've decided that that was going to be your life's mission. And one of the things I love, and you say, I wasn't destined to be an astronaut. I had to turn myself into one.
Yeah, it's for anybody, the best gift you can receive, I think, when you're young is an inspiration, some sort of dream, some sort of thing that is just barely possible at the edge of your imagination, because it provides sort of a draw to your whole life, something that pulls your life in that direction. And then what I did was watched the first people walk on the moon, and it sort of deliberately, step by step, tried to do my best to turn myself into an astronaut.
Yeah, no easy task.
I had no idea how to do it.
A lot of little kids say, I want to be an astronaut. You actually did it, and you turned it into something very different. You put your own style to it. Was that intentional, or it's just who you are and who you've always been?
Well, the big part of it is to share it, is to not keep something like that to yourself. And so how best to do that? I had 3 space flights, and I used the best of the technology I could. But this last time on board the space station, we had such good connectivity that I could use social media to bring people on board, to see the pictures real time of the Earth, and then even to communicate directly back and forth. And we did almost 100 videos with the Canadian Space Agency for people around the world, and even some music. So it was just a really rich time to be able to use that place to help see the world better.
And that connectivity that you talk about, I mean, to see those photos of the Earth, I mean, they were breathtaking, and you chose to do that. And I'm wondering, when you took those pictures, what was the thing that surprised you the most? You know, I've heard you talking about looking at the countries that are war-torn from such a distance.
At first, when you look at the world, you see sort of the big picture places you recognize. But after a while, it's sort of like the world becomes sort of like a secret friend. It's bizarre because, well, you have your camera and you come around the world the next time and it says, hey, look at this. I didn't show you this last time. You start to know what to look for. It's like if we walked into this room and you took a picture right away, you'd get, but if you spent a week here taking pictures, your pictures would really evolve as you started getting detail shots, of this pillow or something, you'd look at the angles and the light. And the world starts to feel that way after a while. You start to really see some exquisite detail of it that you missed for the first month maybe. And to have that privilege, and then to try, and I took 45,000 pictures of the world in my spare time up there, but the reaction was enormous. People all around the world getting a chance to see the perspective of themselves in the context of the whole planet a little more clearly, which is a pretty valuable view.
Very impressive stuff. We're gonna keep you here for a second part of the interview.